He went to Coast to Coast AM. Okay. And guess what? He doesn't get it. They don't know who he is. They're like travel. But he doesn't want to get back. And I just think he's going to have to. Sundar, diet.
We sure do. When you go to that website, you're going to see some free episodes that we posted for you to look at. And you're going to see a free 7-day trial. If you take advantage of that, you get a lot more episodes to check out.
One other thing.
The website.
Okay.
That's a lot of fun. That's more viewing for your
Right
pleasure.
here.
Listening interviews of recent shows, and it's all for free. So head over to coasttocoastam.com at the top. YouTube icon. Click that. You're in.
But I can do this. And I mean, everyone
some weight. Learning the science of weight loss versus just
like if you really want to know
is the true
who has the
secret to weight magic drops and capsules. Here's product creator Dan Buck
since a
to
person
explain how insulin management is the key.
he can recognize they're defective. No, instead, lazy. He's being lazy. Sundar, I talked about on this compilation. I talked about I want to know who it's you.
Tell me about weight magic drops.
You're involved. The fact that I do this on as a man, I lose my book. But if I were a recognizer, would think that
Weight magic
Angela
capsules help resolve a problem most overweight people have going against them. What is that?
that's Singapore. I'm telling you, India, I love India, love Indian but don't send it.
Buy George's weight magic drops and capsules now and shed those pounds. Order now at healthylooking.com or by phone at 800-595-7490. Free shipping with promo code
Everyone is
That's healthylooking.com or 800-595-7490. George's
discriminatory
from healthylooking.com.
and that's not their area of expertise. Overall, the companies are discriminating. Apple's discriminating. Samsung's discriminating.
Welcome. Living the dream, dog. How are you? Do you know who I am? Absolutely, yeah. So I'm Rabbi Rothschild. I stream my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for world peace. I don't want war anymore. I've been doing this now live 24/7, 365 for more than 3 years. It's more content than any person has in global history. And if you know, Bill Gates coined the phrase in the 1990s, content is king. I'm making it true today. In 2018, The Economist magazine stated that data was Earth's #1 resource, more valuable than food, water, gold, air, petroleum. And I have more data online than any person ever, which may make me an influential person someday. And if that happens, I'm going to make you and all your friends rich. Dying Lotus, how's that sound to you? More than 3 years on 8 different YouTube streams. And I'm live right now on like 33 different devices and 33 different platforms. It turns out to be like 360 simultaneous streams at once. You've been confused by it? What confuses you about it? Well, I understand that you can think it's fictional. I can tell you perhaps that it is the most valuable thing in the world. Imagine you were going to war against someone. What's the most important thing you could know is everything about them, where their troop positions are, what their troops like to eat, what they do. Exactly. And so I essentially have a time capsule for society. This goes back to the pandemic. We've seen the death of a queen, the birth of AI, the coronation of a king, and everything in between. And when you have enough data on something, you can predict the future. That's why this is important. Yeah. I got sick and still get sick of every day hearing on the news people dying. And I wanted to stop everywhere, globally. And so essentially, I've made this into my life's work, and it's starting to grow very, very quickly. Um, just recently, like tonight, I had a concert that I did in a Discord. I had like 25 people in there. I mean, like it like maxed out the room. I mean, I've never had that before, so that's really exciting. And we talk about some things on the stream that aren't normally discussed, like anti-gravity, antimatter, alien disclosure, dark energy, dark matter. We talk about life extension technology, things like human growth hormone, stem cells, cryogenics. We talk about ambrosia therapy using the platelets of younger people to benefit older people. We talk about basically when you were born, dying lotus, your life expectancy was probably going to be somewhere about age 80. I think with life extension technology, we might be able to get you to age 100, 120. But eventually your body's going to break down. And dying lotus, you're going to say, Rabbi, what do I do now? That's where the next exciting. That's exactly right. Dying Lotus, you have an amazing, amazing amount of foresight to see that. Yes. So it's known as mind uploading technology, where we scan your brain into a computer for later download. We scan your central nervous system, your peripheral nervous system, essentially where every single atom is in your body for later download into an android, an avatar, a robot, just like you said, a clone of yourself, a but you would actually be exactly made up of the same molecular structure as your previous body, and thus you'd essentially be a complete copy of yourself, and you would know no difference. 100%, man. Dude, bravo to Dying Lotus. He knows what's up. Yeah, Element 115, Area S4. Yeah, so you know all about Bob Lazar. Good on you, man. Absolutely, same here. Same here. I am um I know a little bit about a lot of things. And one of the things, I mean, I don't understand why we don't study gravity more in depth. Why can't you exactly advanced propulsion? Why can't you major in college in gravity? You can in like nuclear physics or chemistry. Why can't you in gravity? I mean, like there are people who I feel should be able to focus on just gravity and nothing else and really see what we can do. Because if we can harness anti-gravity, as you know, the the results are perhaps extremely vital for the world. You could create, you could bend time, you could bend space time, you could perhaps create force fields, you could perhaps travel at with advanced propulsion interdimensionally, intergalactically. That's really exciting, but we don't go into that. We just basically 100% right. And I can tell you that I have that foresight as well. And I know that if you look at any simulations of extraterrestrial civilizations, they have to take care of things at home first before they go do other things. So, for instance, like we've seen this on Earth when we had colonial countries like United Kingdom and Spain and the Netherlands, they had to have peace at home before they could do all of the colonizing that they could generally. Because if you have a civil war at home, if you're fighting at home, it's too hard to basically be able to do all of the exploring. The same is true of a planetary system. You have to have peace on the planet before you start exploring other solar systems. And so it only makes sense to me that we need peace here on Earth. And then eventually we'll get into terraforming, probably Mars first, and then continue from Mars to other planets, perhaps Venus. Venus is actually closer than Mars is. It's just far more dense of an atmosphere and far hotter, but it's essentially something that could be terraformed as well. And it's about the exact same size as the Earth. So we could basically create a clone of ourselves there. You're 100% right. Definitely. And so from my studies, from what I have been able to gather, I honestly believe that we are seated here as a human, like Homo sapiens are seated here, or perhaps all biological um, life on Earth was seated at some point. Basically, 100%, man. Something like that. Exactly. And I don't think anybody has like a really good understanding of like what that is, what the Nephilim is, and but like essentially they could have been the people who seeded us here. And once we get to a point where we can mature and get off planet, we can do the same for ourselves and seed another planet in another distant galaxy somewhere. So that exactly. Exactly. So those are all some really exciting things that we discussed. What else did we discuss that's really cool? De-extinction. So basically, I don't know if you know, but de-extinction already took place in the year 2003 successfully. A Pyrenean ibex, which is like a goat, in northern Spain, southern France, went extinct. Scientists were able to use DNA from like uh, the extinct Pyrenean ibex and impregnate uh, a litter of different ibexes, and eventually one of them came to um, fruition to the point where it lasted 7 minutes, which may not seem, if you're a viable creature for 7 minutes, it doesn't seem that great, but actually was seen as a huge, exactly, a huge scientific breakthrough. Fast forward to the year Exactly. Fast forward to the year 2021, Dallas, Texas, a company called Colossal Bioscientific is founded. They have made it their goal by the year 2028 to reintroduce the woolly mammoth into the Arctic Circle. So that's less than 3.5 years, and they're going to bring the woolly mammoth back, and they're going to do it perhaps through the in vitro fertilization of an African elephant with essentially woolly mammoth DNA, and they're going to try to bring viable woolly mammoth calves into the Arctic Circle and perhaps reintroduce them. That's a very exciting premise. And following the 2028 deadline or goal of the woolly mammoth, they want to bring back the Tasmanian tiger and the dodo bird. I mean, you might be able to see the dodo bird. Exactly. And so exactly, 100%. Now, what you will hear is people who say it's this type of technology is impossible with dinosaurs. And let's talk about this. So like the woolly mammoth and the Tasmanian tiger and the dodo, they all died out, like the Tasmanian tiger within the last 100 years, the dodo bird within the last 100 years, and the woolly mammoth within the last 10,000 years. But dinosaurs are like millions of years. So what can preserve the DNA of a woolly mammoth and a dodo bird and Tasmanian tiger, that can all be preserved in like glaciers. It can be preserved in like in the ground. It can be preserved in mud mud, mud bogs. These things can be preserved, but there is no dinosaur DNA that we have now. Now you'll hear this as a counter to the de-extinction argument, but what those scientists I feel don't recognize is the power of AI, where we could take AI and say, look, here is what exactly here's what a gecko looks like today. A gecko is basically like a mini, yeah, exactly. But we just need to adjust the DNA, and we can make it look like whatever we want and bring it back. And there are different types of ways to do this. One of my favorite ones is it's a replicator. It's known as a replicator. It's basically like a 3D printer where you know where every molecule is in in an object and you can recreate it. It's also known as a Santa Claus machine because it's like it can bring you whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. And I believe we'll be able to create those in perhaps a replicator, but it can also be done in many different ways. We could, in the same way, like we're doing with a woolly mammoth with an African elephant, we could perhaps have ancient crocodilians be impregnated into current day crocodilians and give birth to some kind of hybrid species. I mean, the opportunities are really endless when it comes to science. And so those are some things that we talk about on the stream. And just I really just do my best to promote positivity to everyone with whom I have an encounter. Word, dog. So, if you're wondering what we're doing, I just did a 3-hour concert. I've been doing karaoke every night and had a lot of success at it. The first night we had a few people come. The second night, a few more, and then tonight we just had we're like maxing out the some of the Discord. So it was in another Discord and it was really enjoyable. And we also watch Monday Night Football. If you watch Monday Night Football, are you a football fan? Okay, cool. So we watch Monday Night Football. I'm also sponsored by a cryptocurrency. It's called Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu. And if you're like, why does it have such a long name? It's a meme coin that has become very, very successful. When I started, it was worth less than a penny. Hit an all-time high recently. Right now, I think it's worth $200 million. So it has. Oh yeah, definitely. In fact, these you can. It's like 20 cents each right now. So, well, that's the market cap. So all of them combined is $200 million. But yeah, they're like 20 cents now. So I mean, it'd be like getting Bitcoin at 20 cents. I mean, that's where we're at with this. These are NFTs. And let me just say this: I'm not selling this to you. I promote world peace. I just want you to know why I have cartoons all over my bed. Um, this is an NFT. When I started, these NFTs were like being given away. A few weeks ago, they were $800. They're $11,000 now. So just have a lot of opportunity to see this do really well. And because I'm basically at the heart of cryptocurrency or a cryptocurrency, we have a viable way to make people very wealthy someday. The reason why is because this cryptocurrency, what makes it different than all the other cryptocurrencies, it isn't the community, it isn't the meme, it isn't because I like it or anything. It has nothing to do with that. The reason why this is the future cryptocurrency is because it's backed by data. I've been live streaming in the Harry Potter Sonic 10 Enu Telegram since it started, essentially. And so you will have in the future, you'll be able to watch and go back in time and watch this coin when it was worth 5 cents and 10 cents and 15 cents and 20 cents. You'll be able to see it grow. And it'll be very exciting to people to be able to do that. And also, it's backed by something. The United States dollar used to be backed by gold until 1971. It's no longer backed by gold. It's worthless. I mean, it's not backed by anything. It's backed by the confidence of the American public. But this coin, it's backed by data. And data is its number one resource, as I just said. So it has an opportunity to be really something really exciting. So with that said, I've got a really great community on Telegram. Additionally, I'm streaming all over. So here, I'll give you a quick tour. I don't normally do this, but you seem like a cool person. As you see, I have a lot of devices, and you need a lot of devices when you're trying to do what I'm doing. But that's certainly not an issue. And hey, it happens. It absolutely happens. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so behind me, I like to watch lectures, history lectures. So with the push of a button, I should be able to. That's cute. Just for a moment. I have to just make one click. Usually this works beautifully, but I reset my stream. There you go. Just for a moment. So with the push of a button, now, do. So we're gonna watch election coverage tomorrow. We watched Monday Night Football. We'll watch Kill Tony. I like stand-up comedy. I like history. I do my best to be a very well-rounded individual, as well-rounded as I can be. Um, so we've got that going for us. Here, let me show you the other stuff we've got going. Okay, over here in the corner, like I've got Chromebook. Here's what you're looking at from there. So as you see, it's not just your device. There's a bunch of other devices here, and then I have devices like you can see. I've got devices all over, and if you know what's the purpose of it, I'm doing my best to capture as much data, but really as much time as possible. I think that this will be studied at at an academic level in the future, and absolutely I'm on let me say this, I'm on Twitch. Just type in Rabbi Rothschild, you'll see me live streaming. But whatever you do, just filter by live. I'm on YouTube. If you look in this Discord at the very top, you'll see it says Shalom is the first section. Then it says Welcome, Rule, Announcements, and then you'll see 24/7 YouTube live streams. Actually, if you just go to Announcements, if you see where Announcements is, you'll see you can just click on any one of those and see all my live streams. But also below Announcements, you'll see 24/7 live YouTube streams. If you go there and click the link, I'll even show you what it looks like. Um, Absolutely, simultaneously. I want to be uncancelable. I basically have what's called redundant streams. So if anything happens to one of them, an app crashes, the internet cuts out, I've got it on something else. So yeah, that's what I do. And I've been really getting a growing momentum, which is really exciting. I mean, look, it's one thing to do this on your own, but to not have too many people on it, involved. But this summer, it was like around July 1st, I started this Discord, and now we've got like almost 1,400 people in here. And if you're wondering, the only platform I don't stream on is Kick. And the only reason why I don't stream on Kick is I created robots. In fact, I can show you what one of them looks like right now. Here's a robot going. So there's a computer that you're going to be seeing, and basically it's going to get a 6-digit code, the OTP, the one-time password. And once it gets the OTP, the one-time password, it will put it into Kick, and then I just spam Kick. Now, if you're like, well, is that very like, does that get you any kind of do people find out about you there? Yeah, if I did an interview like 2 weeks ago, and someone said on it, the person who interviewed said, "You're the most famous person on Kick, and you don't even stream on Kick." So everyone knows about me on Kick. Aiden Ross knows about, well, because that's how you found out about me, being in Aiden Ross's Discord. And if you are like, is your bot working? It is. It's just I have to have it so that like all the timing is correct. So it will take exactly 1 minute to do the next step. Here it is. It's going to hit the refresh button, which it's doing. And then you see there's like a code that it just got and copied it, and it's going to paste it into Kick to create an account. And I can tell you this, like less than 2 weeks ago, the owner of Kick, Eddie Craven, accepted my Discord friend request because I was able to show him where his app or where his platform had some sign up errors, and I was able to document them and send them to him. So even though I'm banned from Kick, it's not a bad thing because I know that I'm going to be the biggest. I know I'm bigger on Kick than any of the other platforms, and that the owner knows who I am and knows that I'm a good person. I just want to help him. So what's it doing now? It's got to like it's got to read through the terms and conditions or whatever. So yeah, right, exactly. I don't know why they did that. So like I would say, I don't know what happened, but like around May, anybody could go in there and stream whenever you wanted, and it was huge. He used to have tons of people in there. But then they made it so that only certain people could even go into the VCs, and I was just kind of grandfathered in. So I just went in there. But yeah, I do my best to be in the biggest VCs of the biggest creators, just so they know who I am. And like, Dana Ross has been in my stream, um, and so here you see, just created an account. The name of the account, join Rabbi's Discord, and then it has like a random number generator. And then what it will is just it does three things. It will follow a person. So on their screen it says join Rabbi's Discord 1 2 3 4 5 6 just followed you. So it number one is like giving me free advertising on somebody's stream. Then I create a clip of them. So then if you look at their clips, it has my Discord link in it. And then if you then I spam them 8 times, and then I move on to the next person. So it's and I've had these like that's how everybody knows about me on that platform. If you want to, I'm on a bunch of other platforms you probably never heard of, but just in case, I'm live on 8 different YouTubes, 8 different Twitches, 8 different Rumbles, Twitter, TikTok, Africa TV. I have over 100 YouTube accounts, over 200 Instagram accounts, over 300 Twitch accounts, over 1,000 TikTok accounts, over 2,000 Twitter accounts, and over 10,000 Kick accounts. I have more social media than any person ever. Isn't it? Yeah. No. I just want to be uncancelable. Like basically, and a lot of it isn't even tied to me. So let's say somebody was like, we're going to erase Rabbi Rothschild off the internet. That's fine. I have a lot of YouTube stuff that I just don't even associate with myself, so that it's like basically anonymous. Like it's out there. And I want the world to be share. I'm live on Africa TV, which is big in South Korea. Instagram, Imager. While you can't live stream on there, I am a regular user. Reddit. While you used to be able to live stream on there, you can't anymore. But if you type my name into Reddit, I show up all over. Okay, Discord. I'm live in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different Discords. Hold on, no, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm in 16 Discords, not counting the 3 accounts you're seeing in this one. So I'm in 19 different Discords. Yeah. And that like allows me to be omnipresent, just doing exactly what you did. What is this person doing here? You go and you click on my Discord and you find out, oh, you're like a nice person and you want to help me and everything. Absolutely. I want to help the world. So I think, frankly, if I'm going to go viral on anything, I think Discord's a good opportunity. Billy, which is like China's Google. Vaughn Live, I'm live on Omi TV and Monkey. Well, I'm not live on them right now. I do that occasionally. I'm live on Telegram. I've been live in the Telegram taking questions from an entire cryptocurrency for more than a year. Live on, and like, definitely, yeah. I got in when it was under $1,000. Exactly. That's what 100%. So that's why you buy this. It's worth 20 cents right now, and you sit on it. Pardon me? It's on it's on Uniswap. I know it's on Uniswap. Yeah, exactly. If you want to go to the website, it's like it'll tell you everything you need. It's HPOS10I. So it's like its name, Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, Inu. I know it's a lot. I honestly don't want you to buy it right now. We'll become friends, and you'll be like, oh, you'll meet the community. You'll be like, oh, this is going to be a big thing. But yeah, it's very legitimate. The people are very nice there. You can always talk to them in the VC. I know the devs. That's a difficult thing in cryptocurrency. It's always like a shadowy developer team. I know the devs. I'm in fantasy football leagues with them. Like, they're very nice people, and that's a really cool thing. I'm live. We're done. Absolutely. We're going to get you out of that factory life. And just know you're going to have to hold on maybe for like less than a year. I mean it. All of this is being recorded. When I go viral, I'm not going to, money issues are no longer going to be, money will no longer be an issue. And I will be able to say to all the people, Dying Lotus and all of Dying Lotus's family and friends, We're going to give you more money than you've ever wanted to be able to start charities and help other people. This is really the Robin Hood story. I want to help as many people as possible. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, my man. Frosty, how you living, pimp? Living the dream, dog. How's life in your neck of the woods? All right, just a moment, Frosty. I can't hear you really well on one of my computers. I'm gonna drop out of one. I'll come right back. Don't worry, Frosty. I did a concert tonight in Oh, I don't think you can hear me. Hold on a second. Frosty, I did a concert tonight in on Discord, and I had more people in there tonight than I've ever had, basically ever listening to me. So that was great. Uh, no, it was actually one called Maya's Playhouse, which is a really big Discord as well. But you know what's interesting? That funny that you mentioned Aiden Ross's Discord. Dying Lotus just noticed I was in Aiden Ross's Discord, and that's how he found out about me. So, Frosty is a very interesting person. Frosty and I met when Frosty saw that I was like either spamming or being interviewed by a kick streamer named Straight Savage, and then Frosty joined the Discord. And I can tell you, Frosty's a very intelligent person. He's an excellent writer. He's very kind, and I like him a lot as our friend. And I'm really happy that he's been a member of our community. So shout out to Frosty. And yeah, so Frosty, how are things going in your life? Absolutely. I mean it. Well, thank um so our friend Dying Lotus was just joining us. Or I'm sorry, before Frosty, you joined us. I was telling to I was talking telling Dying Lotus the platforms on which I live stream. So of course I have accounts on like local I'm live on locals, which no one's even ever heard of, but that's a thing. I have accounts on like WeChat and WhatsApp, of course, but for live streaming purposes, I'm live right now on Bigo, Loco TV. I'm live on Nemo TV, Nono Live. I have a I have a podcast on Spotify. I am live on D Live. I'm on You Now. I'm live on Breakers TV, Trovo, Vault, Odyssey, FC2 Live, and Arena TV. And so, just to give you an idea, um, Dying Lotus, there are a lot of platforms out there that people have never heard of because they just only in one or two countries or something. But I do my best to even be on their platform because when this blows up, I know that everybody's gonna want to get their hands on it in whatever way is easiest for them to find me. And so I've made myself as available to them as I can. And I'm telling you, every day we grow. Um, we get more and more of a diverse group of people in here. I'll say this: most of my interests are probably they're just more there are more men in them than women. Tech, cryptocurrency, sports. However, I'm really excited that we've had many more women join recently, and I just want equality. I want equality for all people, and we'll be able to get there faster when more people know about it. It's great that the crypto community world knows about me, but I want everybody to know about me, and it's starting to grow. So that's really exciting. When it comes when it comes to the discords, I'm live and Aiden Ross's, and then there were a bunch of them. I like named Maya's Playhouse. There's one called like Paradise Isle. I'm live in the Daddy Discord, the Mommy Discord. I'm live in I Show Speed. I've been live in Neon. I'm live in like the social discords, Chill Zone Discord. The way that I choose a where I'm going to be is I just go to the largest discords on Discord, and I do whatever it takes to be able to stream in there, and then I just put a device in there and just leave it. And so I give people a portal into my world, just like in the Aiden Ross stream. People have a portal into my world. Exactly. Exactly. So, Dying Lotus, I mean, here's how I want our relationship to be. You go do whatever you want to do in your life, but whenever you're bored, you come here, follow up. We'll give you the latest on what we've accomplished and how much closer we are to going viral. And basically, this can be a home base if you ever need it. Just like Frosty, I see Frosty in other Discords, but whenever Frosty's bored, he comes in here. We check up on each other, make sure everybody's, and it's a nice relationship we built up. But what I don't want you to feel like you have to do, Dying Lotus, is stay all day, every day, or anything like that. No, this is essentially the mothership. You can go out and do whatever you want, and then when you're done, you come back to the mothership. Now you do. Hey, let me make sure I add you. Dying Lotus, I want you to have in the back of your mind, I really mean this. You're not going to have to do this forever. So every day that you put on your shoes to go to the factory, just know that it's one fewer day that you're going to have to do it in the future because I really mean this. We're going to take care of you. We're going to take care of your friends and your family. Data is Earth's number one resource, and I have more data than any person. I'm going to monetize it and I'm going to make you rich. I don't want you to have to work any more than you need to. So know that you have an ally, okay? Absolutely. We'll travel the world together. Nope, I'll accept it on that one too. I like to have as many friends as possible, and you never know if you ever get an account banned or something. Discord's been really good to me that they haven't banned my accounts, but just in case, I've had YouTube accounts banned so many times I can't even count. So I do my best to have backups of everything. So, but yeah, you should know how much I appreciate you being here. I see that we're friends now, and I know you got to get going to work, and just know I'm here to help you. And this should be an optimistic, positive place. And know that you have an ally. You're not going to have to work too much longer. That's really exciting. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. With that, Dying Lotus, you go do what you need to do should you need to. Rabbi is going to, I just did a 3 hour concert, and so I'm going to edit it and then upload it to my main channel, which is at Rabbi Rothschild on YouTube. If you ever need me, Dying Lotus, you can always send me a message in Discord. I'm always in here, so you can always just say what's up. I sleep in here, I can eat in here, so basically everything that I do is on camera. And if you just ever need anybody, if you need any advice, if you need anybody to just listen to you, just know that I'm here and I'll do my best to help you in any way I can. Okay. Excellent. Shout out to Dying Lotus, baby. All right, Frosty, have you been in Neon's stream recently? Right. Excellent. I absolutely do. You're 100% right. In fact, in tonight's stream that I did, I don't know if you know who I'm sorry, Sundar Pichai is. He's the he's the CEO of Google. He went to IIT, and I think he's not doing a very good job at Google. He is basically the American dream. Somebody who became educated, and moved to the United States, got even more education, moved their way all the way up to Google. And I named tonight 12 different programs that Google has canceled under him. And I don't know why, and I want to improve it. So when it comes to ensuring that, specifically with technology, these things are improved, I think I'll be able to have a huge influence on that. Here's my favorite argument, and I talked about this tonight as well. I'm like, if you look at on camera, I look like a dude. So if I go like this, nothing's gonna happen to my accounts. But if I were a woman, I would lose all my accounts. I'd lose my YouTube account, my Discord account. I'd lose my I'd lose everything. Everything. We are discriminating against people based on their gender. And that is de facto discrimination. And I want to stop that. I stand up for all people, especially women, because no one in the corporate world or the technological world is standing up and saying we need to treat people equally. I do not feel that we should be able to discriminate against someone on the basis of the color of the skin, nor on the content. If I have a nip slip as a woman, I can lose my whole account. I can lose the ability to provide for my family. I don't think that's right. And so I advocate on behalf of women that we should have a gender neutral policy when it comes to how we dictate what is allowed, not allowed on the internet. What am I saying? If it's okay for a man to walk around with his shirt off, then it should be okay for a woman. If it's not okay for a woman, then it shouldn't be okay for a man. I don't care where they draw the line. You just have to draw it evenly and equally. You can't treat one group of people differently than another group of people. That is discrimination, and I want to stop that. It's just That's okay. I talk about this as well. The internet isn't supposed to be a feel safe zone. It's about whatever you want to put out on the internet. If you only want to see stuff that you want to see, there are programs that you can buy that will limit anything you see on the internet so it's only flowers and daisies and stuff, and you never see anything bad. If you want to have that kind of experience, then go with one of those services. But for the rest of us who don't really care if I'm seeing like uh, the nipple of a man or the nipple of a woman, or perhaps uh, it doesn't matter for the rest of us, we shouldn't remove someone's ability to provide for themselves based on the content of their skin. I can do this. If I take this camera right here and I put it right up against my nipple and take a picture, you can't tell if my nipple's from a man or a woman. Yet, if it's from a man, it's fine. But if it's from a woman, you have to cancel my entire account. That's ridiculous. And it's discrimination, and I want to stop it. It's got to be equal. That's the key. And honestly, I'm not saying that I want to see breasts all the time. If I want to see breasts, I know where to find breasts. I think I've seen more breasts than any person ever because I've had the opportunity to be on the internet for long enough. But what I am saying is that if I can see a man with his shirt off, then I should be able to see a woman with her shirt off. If you say we can't have a woman with her shirt off, that's fine. Then no men with their shirt off. It's as simple as that. Just treat people equally. Sure. As I said, there's software that you can buy that will make it so that you never see a nipple again. So if you have some kind of specific religious orientation that you don't want to see any of this stuff, that's fine. You can use software and you'll never see it again. So we have a happy medium. We have the normal people on the internet who recognize that we shouldn't be discriminating against each other. And then if you don't want to abide by that, that's fine. You can use one of the softwares. There are many different softwares out there that censor the internet for parents or for people with certain proclivities. They don't want to see something. And we have a happy world. And I'm not saying that the software, let me say this. I think the software can be free as well. I don't want to say that people with certain proclivities to or certain who desire some kind of censorship shouldn't have the ability to have it. I think you should. You should be able to have the kind of experience that you want on the internet. But currently, the small minority who gets offended by anything gets to dictate everything on the internet, and I'm against that. I want equality. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Well, truthfully, once people have an opportunity to hear my arguments, I have yet on this one to find anyone who doesn't agree with me. Now, I'm not saying I've spoken to everyone on earth, but I say put yourself in a neutral person's shoes. Okay, if they're a woman and they go like this, accidentally, they bend down, they lose their account. Imagine that's your daughter. Imagine that's your wife. Imagine that's your mother. It was a completely honest mistake. You weren't trying to be sexual. You just literally bent down to get something, and your nipple showed a little bit. It's not a big deal, but you lose your account because of that. And that's unfortunate. That is de facto discrimination. When I can walk around with my shirt off all day long without an issue, it's discrimination. It's in my opinion. Well, it absolutely does. And I want to say this: I want all the platforms to recognize that we are discriminating against a certain gender, and that should not happen anymore. So, where is it allowed? Where can you show nipples? You can show nipples on, like on Twitter, but you can't on Instagram. Now, if I show you my Instagram, I'm telling you guys this right now. If I want to see naked chicks, it's not on Instagram. Okay. I don't go on Instagram for that kind of content. That's just Instagram's not really good for that. However, if you look at my Instagram feed just organically, what this looks like, it's literally just fat titted bitches who like half naked anyway. So like, what is this? This is like, I don't want this. Okay. I don't want that on my feed. I don't, but they put it on my feed anyway. It's like, look, I've got to, I can imagine that person naked if I want to. That's no big deal. But why is it that one of those women accidentally has an ex? Look, she loses her Instagram account and her 5 million followers. It doesn't make any. But then you can have a male influencer do the same thing, walk in with his shirt off, and everybody applauds him. Doesn't make any sense. It is, but, I usually frankly, it's more than just the nipple. It starts at the nipple. It should be equal, whatever it is, whatever it is, because then you're gonna get into, well, can we show a butt crack? Can we show pubic hair? Can we show genitalia? Like, how should exactly. I don't care what it is. If you wanna say you can't show anything below the belt, that's fine, but you can't show it for men or women. You can't say, "Well, it's okay for men, but not women," which is basically what you're doing with the nipple. It doesn't matter whether they're liberal or conservative. It's discrimination. It doesn't matter where you are on earth. If you're in India and you show your nipple as a woman, you'll lose your account. But if you're a dude, you're fine. I want it so that it's equal. If a woman shows her nipple, okay, no big deal. If a man shows his nipple, no big deal. And we do this. If you've ever seen National Geographic with these saggy bitches on some remote island, they show them totally naked and it's no big deal. Why is that? Why is it any different now? Why? And actually, that it's actually very racist. I feel that we will find some indigenous group of people and take pictures of them naked and post it in a magazine and have people buy that because they're not essentially because they're indigenous people and no one will stand up for them. But if we were to take a an attractive woman from the Western society and do the same thing, everyone would say it's pornographic. Well, what's the difference? They're both Homo sapiens. So it answers. Well, it's changing. The internet is changing, regarding the nipple, especially regarding because of breastfeeding. Breastfeeding was like the big thing on the internet, where a lady would show herself breastfeeding her child on Facebook and or Instagram, and then she would get her account banned. She's just breastfeeding her child. Like that's the most natural, healthy thing that a person could be doing. Why should she lose her account because of that? She shouldn't. It's simple as that. We are discriminating against people, and I don't want it. I don't want it to happen. So, um, I'm a I'm a huge I well, not for long. Hopefully within the next year. My man. Well, that's okay. Everybody's got to do something. And like I said, I would tell you this, Dying Lotus. Let's say you never met me and you don't get into cryptocurrency. It's going to be a long road for you because a machine's going to be able to come in and replace you within the next 5 to 10 years. If you've seen this Optimus bot from Tesla, or you've exactly, or the it's called like the Boston Dynamics bot. Like these things are better than humans. And here's the freaky thing about them: they don't need breaks. They can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They never complain. You can like it'd be stupid to hire a human anymore. And so that's certainly. So that's known as UBI, Universal Basic Income, and I'm a huge advocate of it because we are very, very quickly replacing all of the positions, and people won't have a way to survive. So I'm a huge advocate of Universal Basic Income, UBI. Exactly. Now, Dying Lotus, what I can tell you though is that I told you like let's say let's say I get hit by a bus today and I die. So I'm not the person to ever be able to make you rich. I don't think that's gonna happen, but let's just say that I disappear. You are still a young person, and everything that I've said, even if I died, which I don't think I'm going to, still could be true, meaning like life extension technology and mind uploading technology. And so when you're looking at investments, I don't want you to I don't want you to be looking at in terms of like, well, I need this to return on investment by age 80 because you might live to age 800 or 8,000 or 800. You know what I'm saying? It's a very long timetable. So if you were going to buy any, like, I could really just tell you this: you can buy any cryptocurrency you want. It will probably lose all its value for the next 10 years. But believe it or not, just like things are antiques, you know how like garbage then eventually with enough time becomes an antique, and then it becomes an artifact, and then it becomes very, very, very. valuable. This because of the age. Somebody's going to say, wow, this in the year 2080, somebody's going to say, this is a cryptocurrency from the year 2022. Can you believe like this is more than 60 years old or 50 years old? What an amazing opportunity to have. It's like a lot of people I know buy NFTs and the NFTs are always really expensive and then they just plummet in value. And so people have like all these once very expensive NFTs that are just worth pennies now. And I tell all of them, save them. It's not like you're gonna make a lot of money by selling them for 2 cents or 3 cents on the market. So just hold on to them. When I tell them the strategy is they will be like antiques in the future. You bought this NFT in 2019, that at advances 20, 30, 40 years, it's gonna be worth a lot. Advances 200, 300, 400 years, people are gonna want that like they would want perhaps Victorian lamps and um all of the accoutrements the of yesteryear, of what a Gilded Age or the Victorian era, or even prior to that. All of this will have a value. And so I advise people don't get rid of any of your NFTs. Hold on to them because you never know when one of them may make a resurgence be worth a whole lot. And you don't want to say, yeah, I bought it for $1,000 and I sold it for 1 cent and now it's worth $200 million. And if you really want to know, NFTs from an art perspective are the future because it's essentially digital art. And there's an invention. Um, it's called the, let me find the name of it. It's called the, has Dying Lotus. Pixel art is the way to go. And here's why. I think like on, let's just say pixel art, a lot of them are like 144 total pixels, right? So it's like 12 by 12. If you have to recognize that there are only so many different combinations of that there can be that will make out to be anything. Like non-pixel NFTs are cool. I mean, they're great, but pixel art NFTs are very valuable, I think. So I think that was probably a good way to go. So you didn't have as much success with the NFT as you wanted, is that correct? It is confusing. With NFTs, well, NFTs are going to be really. So currently, like if I want to see your NFTs, I have to go to like OpenSea and I have to view them. And while that's cool, you've got to be a huge nerd to do that. No one cool is going to be doing that all the time unless they're super into NFTs. But what they are making now are display frames for NFTs. Here's what they look like. It basically is like just like a big TV that you can take NFTs and display them and rotate. So then, now that's the cool thing. Hey, I invited a whole people over to my house, and they're sitting in my living room, and they're seeing digital art on the walls. Now that's something cool. Oh, you've got a Scroto. Oh, you've got one of Dying Lotus's pixel art. Like then you can talk about it. Then it becomes something. Nobody wants to look at it on your phone, but if it's displayed on your wall like art, then it becomes valuable. And the more and more these NFT frames become popular, you're going to see NFTs blow up. Right, it does. Yeah. I believe that your perhaps your gas fees or just basically the fees for posting your transaction fees. That's a smart move. I've heard the entire, perhaps much of the Joe Rogan Experience library could be a radio station. It's going to be huge. Like it's going to have so much art in it, basically. Like so, that would be like the podcast world. You have the NFT world in it. You have the cryptocurrency world in it. There'll be the in-game currency. It's going to be huge. That game is going to change the world. Grand Theft Auto 6. Yeah, I mean, I think it's super exciting.
iHeartRadio for podcasts. On your podcast. Put code shows. Cats. She thinks the next president.
That's true. And
Autoimmune, osteoporosis, chronic signs supporting the body's protect and adapt together in the body. Taking it. Your immune starting out. Feel it. So well. And we'll relax all. 563. To enter code George.
yes, it is digital real estate. 100%. That's huge. And people don't recognize it now, but that's going to be once all the land on Earth is purchased and owned, the you can't make more real estate. So land real estate will be big, but also digital real estate will be big, perhaps as well in different platforms. I know a big one 15 years ago was called Second Life that never really caught on, but I could definitely see it catching on someday, where essentially you have all the money that you need. You don't need to work anymore. Okay, so you want to start investing digitally. A perfect way to do it is with digital real estate.
So cancel the number online will be from 1 p.m. to 30 p.m. Guess that is specific to it's called the I'm focusing on 11. Number done. All right, we're going to put you to the task. I'm going.
Well, when you don't have an alternative, it's what you'll have to do. At least in the United States, a large percentage of people already basically live on a UBI. It's just known as Social Security or disability. So we just have to transition. And if you're wondering, all right, Rabbi, how can you pay for that? I can pay for it like that. How? Just essentially fees on microtransactions for the stock market. So if you don't know, the stock market has like millions of trades that are done per second, but they're not taxed at all. All you have to do is tax them at 1%, and you can pay for UBI for everyone in the United States. Hey, you take care, my friend. Dying Lotus, it's been an absolute pleasure to meet you. Peace, buddy, and we'll see you soon. Best wishes at work. Excellent. Please do. You're always welcome. Take care, my man. Shout out to Dying Lotus, everybody.
That was always in the numbers throughout this year, so that's what I was watching for. It all depends on what we say sometimes, doesn't it?
Frosty, who's your favorite female streamer? Okay. I don't really watch Twitch. That's cool. How's your old school RuneScape friend doing, that chick? Who's your favorite old school RuneScape player?
Just have a question about the election. Just on numerology. Let's go. Niagara Falls on card. 78. International. Literally just called. They have you with us. Go ahead and let. Especially one that's.
Very cool. Just Are you going to be excited for the election to be over? I you go.
What time will you be back? No, that doesn't work for you. So you're high energy, and when I look at 5 movement, like if you could travel, that usually is a part of your life, but also when you're on the road again, if it's a new adventure, that's
What else is good? How's your dad doing? Oh, he's good. Right? I didn't even think of it, but like the last day that we might not have a female, or the last day that it's only been a male presidency, it's probably over. That was yesterday. I just don't see that one happening.
George to tell with a 5 life. So here he patterns, right around.
January 9th.
Hi, George. Hi, Glenna. How are you?
It could be.
Yeah, I just said the next year, wondering if that's what gonna go. Okay.
Yep.
So here's what I tell you about yourself. You have a 3 attitude, all right? So that means this year you're in a personal year of 2, which is emotional. What is it? What is it? True.
Excellent. You take care of Frosty. You know you're always welcome. Take care, buddy. Hey, hi. Shout out to Frosty, everybody.
So here, you're writing it at the perfect cycle. Like this is exactly when you should be writing that book. And then next year you're going to go into a personal year of 3, which is fantastic because it's a natural match to your life path number 6. So you're on track. Oh, thank you so much. That makes me happy. Thank you. It's true. You're welcome.
Thank you, Susan. Appreciate you being part of the program. Let's go to George in Georgia. Here's the birthday, June 25th, 1966. June 25th, 1966. George, welcome to the program.
Hey, George, Guinness, how are y'all tonight?
Good job. To have you with us. Do you have a question for us?
Well, we have, we got hit here with hurricanes this year. And things have been pretty hectic. Just wondering if, how things are going to go for the rest of the year for me and possibly next year. And also, I got to this tonight on my 1937 season.
I love it. With the two.
Yeah,
Here's what I would tell you. Technically, because that is a lot of stuff for some people. We all know that.
Hey, look who it is. Welcome, welcome.
Next
How are you? Did you get to do everything that you wanted to do? Amazing. Tell me all about it. That's amazing. Is it still working? No. Okay. So, did you get a chance to hang out with your cousin and do all the things you wanted? Excellent. Did you use lemonade? Amazing. Amazing. All right. Do you listen to music? when you do that? That's amazing. Excellent. All right. So, you said you just awoke? Oh, thank you so much. Hey, guess what? So, because of you, well, firstly, you should know that your name's going to be very famous someday. There are going to be a lot of Jewish women named Sophia someday. So, because you are the person who helped motivate me to start doing concerts at night. So, the first one I did, as you know, 4 hours. And then I did one yesterday for like almost 2 hours. And then I did another one tonight for 3 hours. And I had so many people in there tonight. It was like, I think it was pretty close to the maximum amount that we could have in a VC in another Discord. The Discord I've been singing in is called Maya's Playhouse. Who's Maya? I don't know. It's just the name of it. It has like 200,000 people in it, so it's got a lot of people in there, and they like me. Most Discords hate me just because they don't know who I am or anything that I do. And I normally don't talk in them because what I do is basically self promotion, and you're not allowed to self promote. And I don't want to get banned that way. But they've been really, really sweet. And so tonight I was able to sing 90s music to them, and I rocked out, man. I did a lot of uh, I just did a lot of air guitar and a lot of um, what do you? I can't even like the thing is the phrase is escaping me. When you go like this, what is headbanging? Thank you. I was thinking hair banging, but that's not correct. It's headbanging. So I did that to the point where they were very happy with that. So yeah, I've got to say I'm really happy. Like that's just a wonderful thing to have people who like you and stuff. So and we yeah, definitely. And we just had some people in here. I mean, so for like the first 3 years that I did this before the Discord, like very few people really could connect with me because I have 8 different streams going. So if you even were to type to me on YouTube, the chances that I'm going to see it, I mean, it could be 8 feet in the air and 12 feet away. Like it could be behind me. The chances that we're going to build a good community were very, very difficult. But having the Discord and being able to just meet new people has been wonderful. And yeah, so I've been really happy with that. And let me think what else. We've got the election today, which is big. You said you were going to vote. Excellent. And yeah, so what else is going on good in your life? Exactly. Amazing. Um, would you mind? Well, you don't have to, but I know you said you were going to go back to bed, which I totally understand. Would you mind if I sang you to sleep? Excellent. All right. Wonderful. All right. So how are we going to do this? I have a little bit different way that I can do this. So just bear with me and I will show you. All right. I am going to open up Discord and join you. Last night I sang love songs the whole night, and tonight was 90s, and I'm gonna do like I don't know. Each night will have a theme. So we'll have like yeah. I like organization, I guess. But yeah, I I really wish I had instruments to play, and so that's something that I may get a harmonica because I can at least play that. I can play a few instruments, but for the time being, I'm going to join this server. Rabbi Rothschild. Oh hell! Here we go. Here we go. All right. Age restricted channel. Yep. Oh, that's Rabbi. Oh, sorry about this. Just one moment. Oh, stop. Okay. That's that. Okay, so how can I do this? Ooh, stop. Okay. So if I mute that, you can still hear me there, correct? Excellent. All right. So I have like a new thing that I can do where I can share my screen and you can watch what I'm seeing. Okay, that's Rabbi. And oh, I have to turn my camera. That'll help. Okay, so here I am. And I'm going to I need to pull up the music now. All right. So since I just did you know what? You said you like old time music, like Frank Sinatra, right? Let's see. We did My Way. We did Fly Me to the Moon. I've got a bunch of these that I can do. Let's see how we could do this. I don't want to lock myself into one thing, so we'll find. Okay, I love this song. Okay, just one moment. Ooh, we're gonna get 2 concerts tonight. This is gonna be big. All right.